The Roman army that disappeared forever. What if thousands of Roman soldiers disappeared after a devastating defeat? And some of them may have ended up thousands of miles away in China. In 53 BC, one of Rome's most powerful armies marched deep into the east. At its head was Marcus Licinius Crassus, one of the richest and most powerful men in Rome. Crassus wanted glory. He wanted to conquer the Parthian Empire and return to Rome as a hero. But instead, his army walked into one of the greatest military disasters in Roman history. The Romans reached Carrhae in modern-day Turkey, where they faced a much smaller but highly mobile Parthian force. The Parthians were extremely effective with their horse archers. They could fire arrows while riding at high speed, attack from a distance, and then disappear before the Romans could respond. The Roman soldiers were heavily armed, but they struggled to fight an enemy they could barely reach. Then came the disaster. The Roman army was surrounded and suffered a devastating defeat. Thousands of Roman soldiers were killed. Many others were captured, and Crassus himself was eventually killed during negotiations with the Parthians. But here is where the story becomes mysterious. Not every Roman soldier died at Carrhae. Some survived. Ancient sources suggest that Roman prisoners were taken eastward into the Parthian Empire. And according to later accounts, some Roman captives may have been used as soldiers or settled in distant parts of the empire. But what happened to them after that? Centuries later, historians noticed something fascinating. A Chinese historical record describes a group of foreign soldiers encountered near the western frontier of China. The soldiers were said to have fought using a strange formation that some researchers compared to the famous Roman military formation known as the testudo, the tortoise. This led to an extraordinary theory. Could these mysterious soldiers have been descendants of Roman soldiers who survived the disaster at Carrhae? The idea became even more fascinating because the location was thousands of miles from Rome. Some researchers have suggested that Roman survivors could have traveled east through Central Asia and eventually reached territory connected to ancient China. But there is a problem. There is no definitive evidence proving that these soldiers were Roman. The connection is based on interpretation, similarities in military tactics, and a chain of historical clues. So we cannot say that a Roman army definitely disappeared into China. But the possibility remains one of history's most fascinating mysteries. Imagine it. Roman soldiers leave the battlefield at Carrhae, never return home, and disappear into the vast unknown of Central Asia. And if the theory is true, some of Rome's lost soldiers may have traveled thousands of miles across the ancient world, only to reappear in a land Rome barely knew existed. Did Roman soldiers really make it to China? We may never know. But somewhere between Rome, Parthia, and ancient China, a forgotten story may still be waiting to be uncovered. Subscribe to Hidden Verse for more forgotten history, mysteries, and facts.